Hey everybody, clearing. That was weak. Clearing. Oh my goodness. I've had a lot of fresh air today. All right, let's get into it. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the divine masculines in the collective that joins me here? Where are their conscious thoughts about the connection, about their DF? Where are their feelings, their heart space, their heart's truth, their authentic truth at regarding the connection? What's on their mind consciously regarding that heart space? What do they want to manifest next? What are the actions they'd like to take? What's the biggest challenge, the spirit-guided best solution, and the direction in the near future? And what would they hope the feminines know about their process at this time? Okay, conscious mind about the connections. Oh, oh, I'm gonna blush. So they got passion on the mind. I mean, it's I just heard it's spring, it's mating season, but yeah, secretly they're watching you. They want some of that. Is what I just heard. So yeah, they've got a strategy. They've kind of got it on the mind. The Knight of Wands is passion. Doesn't mean it's just for passion's sake, but they are looking at how to get that in. how they can get through the defenses possibly. What do they hope you are in the energy of? Oh wow, the Queen of Wands in the inverse. This is interesting because the Knight of Wands, there can be age difference here. This is actually giving with the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Wands in the inverse that the age difference doesn't matter. So if that resonates, these masculines don't care if there's an age difference. They still think you're the fairest in the land, is what I just heard. They've been watching you and studying you. So if it's not about age difference, it is literally about some glow up they see you about to have or are having. I'm getting that they know that with their hot and cold, back and forth energy, it didn't change who you were. You're holding your own, you're anchoring in that energy regardless, feminines. And they've watched you do that and it turns them on. I just heard spring fever. That's not going to resonate for everyone in all parts of the world, but that's on this energy. What can we see for the conscious mind about their feminine? Hermit mode and Seven of Cups. Hermit is in the inverse. So this can mean that they want to come out of their shell a little bit. This can also mean that there was a lot going on. The Seven of Cups in the upright can be confusion, too many options. It can be fog. In the inverse, it's like the fog is clearing and they want to come out from hiding, I just heard. What would they like the feminine to know about that? Ooh, Knight of Swords. See how that knight has the sword right up there? It's like you have to take a look at yourself in that, like you're aware this truth is touching your own face in this card. So I'm getting on one hand, communicating, on the other hand, not communicating. They've seen both sides of what happens when they withhold the communication, and then they have considered what would transpire if they do communicate. And so, yeah, this communication is coming. They do want to come out of their shell. They do have some clarity. They are attracted to you, regardless of circumstances. Nobody compares. And they see you understanding that your value is not dependent on whether they come or go. They like that. They like that a lot. That's what it's about, feminines, in part. But yeah, what I'm getting from this is they really see that withholding the communication is not going to be the answer here. What can we see on the heart space? How are they thinking? The End of Burden. Wow, 9 and 10 of Wands, both in the inverse. 9 of Wands is like the wounded warrior, like hurting people. It's in the inverse. So they're seeing how they've lashed out, sabotaged, undermined, and that's created burden in the connection. So on the heart space, they are taking accountability for their actions in the past. I think that has to do with this withholding of communication or knowing that they need to communicate fast. or they are going to perpetuate more burden, more wounding. I just heard nobody's perfect, but they are taking accountability for their side of the energy. I heard stubborn pride, and they don't want to hide behind laurels anymore. And 10 of Pentacles in the inverse. So they know this has the makings for long-term success, but it is elusive if they don't masculine up. If they hide behind their stubborn pride, if they stay back licking their wounds, I just heard they are not going to activate this 10 of Pentacles, and they will continue to see it slip from their grasp. I had you, I lost you. Have I lost you for good? I just heard. So they are getting the idea that they're not to take this love for granted. And that's on the heart space. So this might be nuanced. It might not be something they've articulated even to themselves, but it's this feeling of melancholy. It's kind of off the radar. It's like it's not like they're wallowing in it. It feels like they want to, it feels, to be honest, that they're more aware of this attraction they feel, or this desire to come forward, than this more painful thing that could be in the energy. It's like they're focused more on channeling it into passion than wallowing. What can we see? Oh, I just heard, I'm willing to let go of the past. Are you? So yeah, this is a fresh start. Pep talk. They're amping themselves up by giving themselves reality check. What's on the heart space for their feminine? Ooh, there's the Queen of Wands again in the same position, and the Two of Pentacles. They know that you're not fully available to them the way you once were, open, ready, willing, that it's going to take a little bit of not coercion. That's the word they gave me. They coercing, greasing the wheel. There's something here where they know that they don't have carte blanche anymore. So on the Heart of Hearts, I just heard Vava Room. I hear that sometimes in these readings. I don't know who that resonates with, but they like this. They like this, that you're not easy to get, that you have standards, that you know your worth. So whatever's happened, if they had assumed you didn't know your worth, or actually, you know what, I'm not even getting that they thought you didn't know your worth. I think that was off their radar. I really feel like you have shown them you know their worth, your worth, and this is almost a new experience for them, because it feels as though they haven't met any other feminines that have actually modeled worthiness like you have. That's what sets you apart, feminines. It's not common for the feminines to stay in their strength, their spiritual strength, their sovereignty, to hold their own frequency consistent. Come hell or high water, good times and bad, sickness and in health, thick and thin. But you have, and they have noticed. What would they like you to know? Okay, we get damsel in distress. So not literally, it's a kind of playful energy I'm getting from this card. It's, for some, they kind of want to, there's a bit of a dominance theme here. She's tied. I'm not getting that is a bad thing. So for those that resonates, that's kind of fun, but we don't want to stay there. Some of these masculines are saying that they would like to be able to just come in and overwhelm you, feminines, with how much they really do have this passion that's been building. It feels as though they are channeling it more focused to you specifically. They do want to be a hero to you. They want to be impactful, important. They don't just want to dominate you, but they want to be respected. They want to be seen in a favorable light. They want to take you out of your mental entrappings so that you can see them in a fresh way without prejudice. Oh dear. Yeah, they don't want you to harbor the prejudice of the past, and they know that you're a little bit guarded. Interesting message. What can we see for the manifestations they want to... Here's another, they want to earn it. Literally here, they know they've got to put in the work to change your opinion of them. They know that they've got to be prudent in order for you to know that they're serious this time. The High Priestess there with 8 of Pentacles, Lord of Prudence. Like they know they have to up their ante here. If they have a shot, this is like their last shot. And what would they like you to know about that? They want you to come out of this stalemate I just heard. So Hermit in the inverse, they're like truce. They want to have a truce here. I met my match, I just heard. So yeah, they're like, if I wave my white surrender flag, will you? That's funny, this person's even cloaked in a white cloth. So yeah, they're kind of like, truce, truce. What can we see for the action they want to take? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 8 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 8 of Swords across the board. So here's 1 in the upright, 1 in the inverse. So this is the mental prison that we create. This one's productive because we're growing butterfly wings in this. So they do see the potential for a transformation. Do you, Divine Feminine? Can you do so again without prejudice? Can you let the past go? Can we actually have the redeeming connection here? Can we, this one says, Lord of Shortened Force. So that's in the inverse. That implies that they feel like your chance, your shot at this was cut short, and they want to extend that expiration date. Yeah, so interesting. That's what the action is here. They're very focused on winning you over. It's not necessarily chasing, but this is investing. This is changing your mind. This is all swords, but also pentacles. This is about showing up in the physical and actually shifting your perception of them because they have a feeling like it's tarnished. What do they want you to know about this? 6 of Pentacles. I just heard I'm going to do what it takes. This is a card of reciprocity. In the inverse, they feel like you flat out don't think that they have given you equal measure. Now, I want to say, if this is a divine journey, you better rest assured that it has been energetically sufficient, give and take, and that the lessons learned are more powerful than their weight in salt or gold. That doesn't mean that it's measurable, observable in the 3D stuff, and that's what these masculines are talking about. They know they have withheld the physical contribution, and they know that you know that they know that they have not invested. These masculines wish to. These masculines want to set that straight. What's the biggest challenge for these masculines? Healing and the High Priest. Oh, the High Priestess, right. The High Priestess for the second time in the inverse. The biggest challenge is knowing that you are so sensitive to what is good and right and true, that you are getting better at that all the time. And if they want counsel with this High Priestess, they have to come correct. They have to be pure. They have to be healed. What would they like you to know about that? Oh, Knight of Pentacles, they want to put in the work again. Again, they want to invest. This is the chivalry. This is the... I just heard I got you where I want you. I just heard you didn't see it coming, you wouldn't see it coming, you didn't expect it, but I'm on my way. OMG. I just saw like a divine masculine jogging, and then all of a sudden, so yeah, they know that what I'm getting from that is they're going to be putting in observable different investments into this connection, but they are now going to be going all in, and the speed at which and the intensity at which they want to now make up for lost time, make amends for past actions, change the way you look at them. There's so much behind the scenes, like it's a Sonic run. It's so funny. But yes, that's the biggest challenge, is now that their healing is in sight and they're listening to the divine guidance, they've got so much they would do differently, feminines. Oh my goodness. What is the solution to this challenge? Letting it sink in. I'm getting two messages here. I'm actually getting a message for the divine feminines. So this is a card of healing, prayer, meditation. It's the high priestess in the making, this be still and know. So let go of the past. These masculines are saying, can we start fresh without hanging on to the past? Can you? What would it take for you to balance out the scales, feminines, so that you don't have expectations of filter and animosity, lack of forgiveness about the past? What would it take for you to clear that? So the solution is for both to do that. We have Princess of Swords. This is Princess of the Rushing Winds in the inverse. So that's, too much, not well thought out communication. And this is the meditation that allows for more conscious, aware communication. All these swords, it does look like communication is going to, I heard, trickle in. We've got the Knight and the Page. So testing the waters, we could say, but it's not going to be meaningless. It feels like there's encoded in the communication, there is going to be a richness. There's going to be more. Je ne sais quoi. Okay, I've said French twice. That might resonate for some. What can we see? Oh yeah, ending the burden. So this is how we repair the error of our ways in the past. So there is a new energy coming in that is much more deliberate in these connections, and it is matched by these masculines. What can we see for the direction in the near future? Healing, oh, Lord of Sorrow, the Three of Swords. So it does feel like everyone's going to be celebrating the things that have transpired instead of fearing that the things that have happened in the past, in your respective individual pasts or the shared history, that there is some gratitude being brought in. This is the card in the upright, and nothing to see here. It's not very exciting, but all the past experiences, it's a pretty beautiful, colorful, vast history here. And not that we should glorify the heartache and the unscrupulous experiences, but we can celebrate that we've come through it, that it's humbled us, that we've seen the error of our own ways, and on both sides of the energies, we've had to put down our egos. We've had to heal. And there have been cringy things that have happened, but we can be thankful that we've learned. And in this reading, we've got counterparts coming in and acknowledging that there's a ride or die thing going on here, and that's not an everyday occurrence. It's rare. There's a rarity to these connections, and they are shaping, they're formative. No matter how old people are, no matter how long they've been doing this, no matter how many other relationships have been navigated or attempted, this is real success here, and an acknowledgement that it's the two that this reading is about, that have done this, that have cracked the code, that have actually come through the hardship, who don't want to go there and perpetuate that anymore. So this is the direction. There's this acknowledgement, and the Three of Swords in the healed position here. So it looks like we've got to let go of the past and not bring the prejudice that would assume a repeat of history into the now. And that's going to heal the heartache. So it's like a genuine acknowledgement and gratitude. it's one thing to say we've changed. It's one thing to say that we don't need to consider the past, and another thing to change the behavior and know that the past is no longer going to haunt or no longer relevant, or those mistakes or missteps are no longer going to happen. The way that that can be so is to acknowledge the wisdom, the experience, the gratitude for the awarenesses that have come out of it. In a way, karma is a teacher, a really, really poignant teacher. And when counterparts can go through some very specific awarenesses, I heard loops of consciousness, I heard loophole. So there is a loophole in this energy that we went through these things, but we didn't get stuck in it. We went in it to be engineers of solutions. We did not go in it for it to be our demise. Yeah, so, you know, acknowledging the benefit that this journey has brought to the counterparts' lives is the healing ointment that comes in here. Oh, wow, I'm being told to go to, I saw the Erotic Tarot. Maybe I'm going to do an extended for the membership with the Erotic Tarot. I think I'm going to. I'm feeling a little bit of a Twitter-pated energy. Solar plexus chakra. So we've got some empowered energy. Look how beautiful that card is. Solar plexus chakra, radiant illumination. That is a 4 card. So that's a foundational number. This says, personal power, independence, self-discipline, confidence, assertiveness, decision-making, belief, intellectual abilities, expression of will, bringing ideas into reality. I feel like the coast is clear for the individuals in these connections to come into collaboration and not lose themselves. There's a section that says restore. Remember that you are a powerful being who can connect with potent life force energy as and when you need it. Be aware of what fuels your fire and consider circumstances where you had your power away. Imagine all the fragments of your energy that you have given away at some point and bring them all back to the center of your being. Ooh, and we shall meet there in that wholeness I just heard. Aho. All right. Many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.